Welcome back to the Iced Coffee Hour. It has been a very long time since we've done something like this.
Yeah, it has.
We have a lot to catch up on. Lots of drama.
Yeah, we did. This is something I didn't know. Alex, you sold your entire portfolio, and you didn't tell anybody. We had no idea. First, you go into margin, you don't tell anybody. There's a lot of money on Ethereum, and you sell everything. What happened?
You don't have to call me out like that, man.
What happened?
You know me.
I'm just these things by
I'm just trying to time the market. No, I didn't sell my retirement portfolio. You know, that's just been consistently investing. But everything that I had in Robinhood, which at the time that I sold is probably I don't know, 10 grand. I just sold it.
So now you would have learned from me, Alex, after I lost.
So now I'm holding cash.
So how much did you lose?
All time? I didn't. Well, yeah, I broke about even.
That's not bad.
So, so you sold at break even.
Yeah, I sold at break even. I maybe lost $100.
Okay.
But you sold out of all of the positions
Everything.
you were holding.
Except for $2 of Dogecoin.
And how long ago was that?
Probably 3 months ago.
So technically you made the right decision.
Yeah, So I don't, this is not financial advice. Please do not follow what I do, but I'm going to be buying back in about 2 months. 1 to 2 months.
Are you also going to be selling a stock course now? Is that
yeah, so actually, if you actually look at the shape of the candlestick, no, I'm just kidding. No, it's honestly it's my YOLO portfolio.
Yeah.
Don't do what I did. I'm just playing around with it. If I lose that money, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know you guys were going to call me out in the podcast. Well, I'm going to look so stupid.
I thought you were going to tell us.
I mean, you made the right
slipped,
decision.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I thought you.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like it's bad luck if I sell everything and then I tell you. Because then I feel like
because then I
it's
going
to
to
jinx it. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go there, but yeah, that's true. Then Jack would sell everything and it would catapult. But so far, it looks like it's the right move. Again, I'm not saying I could time the market or anything. I'm just. It's glorified. I don't want to say the word, but
he gets very lucky with.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say the word, man. I'm trying to avoid demonetization.
Every time.
So I say that. Oh,
maybe.
Because do you want to tell the story?
Yeah. Oh, it's a quick side tangent.
Yeah.
But I posted a Ludwig video on my main channel that I thought should have done really well. He's got a huge audience. I spent so much time on this video. It came out perfect. And I posted it, and immediately I noticed that the views were like a third of what they normally would. And usually for a video like this, I would expect it to not do as well right off the get-go, but never never to see such a huge decline. And I'm thinking about it. The one thing that's in that video is the term. We can't even say it here because I don't want this to happen with this video.
You know when you do something a
something
lot
at the casino.
Okay, so it rhymes with rambling.
Yeah, rambling, and then but when you do something compulsively a lot, it's
you can't control it.
Yeah, it's a rambling
addiction.
Yes, something like that.
Yes.
So I think because I used that term multiple times throughout the video, I think that YouTube may have subdued that video.
Now, this is just a theory. We're not 100% sure. But with the looks of how there's a lot of hate on Twitch towards that kind of stuff, it would not surprise me because when we were looking at the chart when it posted, it was crazy. But yeah, aside from that side tangent.
That's interesting. Yeah, they could have saw the captions and then figured out from the transcript that you said those words, and it could be shadow banned.
And it analyzes it immediately. Like the transcript of the video was available at the time the video was posting, and we uploaded and posted as soon as the checks were complete. But I have a feeling those checks, when YouTube goes through the video, they're analyzing what's said in the video, and then they decide from there which audiences. They're so smart.
Of course, there's always videos that are going to have there's a Joe Rogan thing that has that in the title.
Yeah.
And of course, there's going to be videos that do. And there's no way for us to tell for sure.
Yeah, so we should actually bleep out the word.
Yeah, okay.
And see
if it makes it. No, seriously, let's bleep out the word that rhymes with rambling.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'm curious, why 2 months for you? Why is that your time horizon on buying back in?
There's no answer.
It's just a feeling?
Yeah, 100%. At this point, I'm just...
Kind of coincides with midterms, doesn't it, Alex?
No, not at all. No.
Coincidence there?
No.
Okay.
I will say, though, I've been getting knocks on my door so frequently from people dropping off this political mail. They're leaving it on my cars. I don't live in a gated community. They're leaving it on my cars. They're calling me 3 times a day. I cannot wait for this time of the year to be over.
I get the texts all the time.
I get the texts too.
Yeah, the texts are insane.
And it depends on your state because certain states publicize the certain like registration information,
Yeah.
and certain states don't. And Nevada, I think, is more lenient than where I used to live.
Yeah.
I never used to get this much bombardment.
A lot.
I'm really surprised that it's honestly legal to leave things at people's doorsteps, or when you're driving and parking in like a random parking lot, how you can come back to your car and there's flyers all in your.
Listen, man, we don't have to get into
windshield
the
wipers?
legality of that because honestly, I don't know what's legal and what's not.
Yeah. I'm just because I feel like every time that happens, I just see litter everywhere.
Yeah,
It turns into
And it's
garbage.
like-
yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, we have a lot to catch up on because I see you're wearing a new watch. Your weight loss, you took a little bit of a slower period where
We
you
could
weren't-
talk about that. Yeah.
and then now you're kind of back into it and you're doing really well. Lots of other stuff to catch up on too because we visited Dave Ramsey,
Yeah.
we visited
Mr.
Mr.
Beast,
Beast, we
Darman.
visited Darman. We saw all of these guys' facilities
Yeah.
and they are mind blowing.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
haven't
also-
talked about it until now.
We're gonna tell you guys
Yeah.
the truth about these people. Do we like them or do we dislike them? The good, the bad, the
Man,
ugly.
You got to keep watching and subscribe if you haven't done that already. The new YouTube layout, have you seen it? It sucks on mobile. It makes subscribing so difficult because now when you go to a video, all the information you want to see subscriber count, it's not there. It doesn't matter anymore. And the subscribe button isn't there either. You have to click on a profile to see the profile in order to subscribe on mobile. It's so annoying. You could do anything else. You could create clips from videos, but you can't subscribe.
Also-
just show the subscriber count and the subscribe button. That's it.
They also, I was gonna say it's just the comments. I think they moved the comment section now
The
too.
click- you have to
So
click
instead of
comments.
scrolling down and automatically reading comments, which I used to do for every video, no, now it's suggested first, and you have to click into comments. So some could say that they're TikTokifying YouTube, but to each their own. But let's get into it.
You talking it. You ticking.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
trying
nice,
to-
Graham.
yeah,
Good
trying
job.
So
Yeah,
let's
trying
get into it, guys. I've been working hard the last 2 years, and I thought it was finally time to reward myself. So what do you guys think of my new watch here?
I mean, I like the fact that, the size is
a good size for
factor.
a
It's a
race, yeah.
really good size. Yeah, because it would have looked a little silly, I think, if you had a tiny little watch.
Sure.
You have big manly wrists.
Thanks,
So
man. Thanks.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, do you think it was a good financial investment?
You know what that is,
No.
Jack?
No.
You don't know what it is? It's a Panerai.
Oh, wow.
You know how much it's worth?
I'm guessing 2,200,
More.
2,700.
Panerais are not that cheap, Jack.
I know, but I'm
It's probably like double that.
Holy. Well, I know that
Big
Panerais
Panerais.
are expensive, but I wouldn't have I wasn't taking that. I was mostly thinking about your like, frugality, I guess, in a sense.
What are you
Yeah.
trying to say?
I wouldn't
Okay.
have expected Alex to spend so much money on a watch, but I think that's awesome.
You spent more
I
money
think-
in the aquarium.
I actually did. Probably. Well, MSRP, not like actual money I put. This was actually a gift from a fan of the channel.
No way.
Yeah. Some say
Who was it?
that it was actually the creator of the channel.
Got him a watch? Holy cow. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
I think that's awesome.
No, Graham gave me the watch, but it's not real. Did we get you?
Yeah. That makes a lot more
That
sense.
makes more sense.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
honestly
yeah.
really surprised.
Yeah.
Like, Graham did that? I'm like,
Yeah, right.
Wow, like, wow.
Graham, you
No,
okay,
dude,
man?
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks great.
Thanks.
You know?
Thanks. Yeah,
it's a
appreciate
great.
it.
I mean, how much was it?
I don't know. A buddy gave it to me a while ago.
So it was, you didn't even buy it. Like,
I
that
didn't.
makes-
You know
that
what? I
makes the
didn't even
most
know
sense
that Graham
right there.
didn't buy it, but that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. Did you give him box and everything too?
box and
Fake
papers. No,
paperwork. Yeah.
no. You know what? He bought it, and either he didn't wear it or I forget. Like it works fine, but it's so big on me that I just
It looks like a
great on-
normal watch on my hand.
Yeah,
I think it looks really good.
No, yeah. And so, I mean, a cologne, I don't know what it's worth, maybe a couple $100.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying this is actually what's called a super clone.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
insane, yeah.
If you're looking at it, I was looking up pictures online.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dang identical.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe the band is a
Yeah.
little bit different, but
I think it looks
Yeah,
really good. man.
Apparently, it's
Yeah.
becoming such an I don't know what you say epidemic of these super clone watches. They're getting so accurate now because of the technology. What they do is they take a real watch, they scan it, and they remanufacture every bit for a fraction of the price, and then they just resell it. It's basically, it's not a real one, but
Is it the same like materials and everything?
probably not.
yeah, they probably don't use the same
no.
materials.
No, I mean, if you put the two side by side, I mean, obviously a real one's probably going to it's probably going to feel heavier. It's going to be more accurate on time. It's going to be better in every way. But
The
They get-
movement
they
is
get-
probably just a generic.
Yeah.
Right. And
guess,
why
yeah.
doesn't Panerai find these people and sue them?
Oh, they do. I mean, but
But they pop up
yeah.
probably so fast.
like whack-a-mole. Like you get one of them and like 20 others pop up.
That's
It's
really
like,
interesting.
yeah, it's not worth their time to go in pursuit, but it is effective.
But I did go to a wedding,
Yeah.
you know, last weekend. Wore this watch. People were like, "Oh, nice watch."
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
all you need.
I didn't
right?
say anything. I was like,
Yeah.
"Thanks, appreciate it." Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
this thing? Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
it just we're taking wedding photo. Like, no. So, but yeah, that's the
Yeah.
watch story. To the weight loss story.
Yeah.
So it's been so long that the Iced Coffee Hour audience does not even know that I posted a video on my channel, which I normally would shamelessly plug.
That was definitely a shameless plug.
No, no, but it's
Okay.
no. Honestly, this video, guys, like, it took a lot of like heart and soul for me to post. It was the hardest thing to post probably ever on my channel so far, and it started off with me shirtless and weighing myself. It had the starting weight that means like a lot to me of where we started this journey, and I explained like how I used to eat. I explained like just what basically was weighing me down, and I wanted to kind of take my biggest insecurity and put it out in the world for everybody to see. And ever since then, I will say it has felt like a weight lifted off my shoulder. And I think we started the weight loss journey. How long has it been, Jack? Maybe like almost 3 months?
Yeah, I would say close to 3 months.
Close to 3 months. And I'd say the first like 2 months were pretty good. The last, I want to say like 3 to 4 weeks was tough. I mean, I hit a wall at about 30 pounds when I lost about 30 pounds. And I just like hit the wall and I didn't know what to do. And I think I just got a little bit too comfortable, I guess. Like it became a routine. So like the good thing now is that I no longer go to fast food places. I think in the last 3 months I've been to McDonald's once, and then any other place has been like if we go to Chipotle or something. So now the habits have changed, and that part is pretty much easy. I don't worry about that now. But now I'm getting more into controlling portions and trying to introduce more exercise.
But you've broke through this
Recently, yeah, recently. But it was so hard. I mean, I was stuck for like probably like 3 weeks. And it's really hard it's really demotivating. But then I kind of like think about where we started, and it's better. And the good part, or the important part, I think that when I hit a wall, I definitely focus on at least like not going back up within like maybe like 4 pounds, you know, because weight fluctuates. But I think that's been like the really big part. I think I think everybody has their own speed at which they're going to lose weight. And I definitely want to go faster than I have been the last month. But I think as long as we continue to show progress, I think it'll be okay. And introducing more exercise for sure.
Yeah, I think you need to exercise like 3 times a week.
I think so
Just go on the
too.
treadmill 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. And just do a good pace.
Yeah. I will say it did slow down when I stopped going to boxing.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to boxing every
man.
week, and I was like,
You should continue that. Alex.
yeah. And so I was thinking about finding like just a different teacher
Yeah.
and continuing it, because I noticed that correlation that as soon as I dropped that, and so I would do boxing once a week, and then I would shadow box one more day a week in my home. And then I was going to the gym with Graham about once.
Yeah,
I was
that's
getting
it, man.
so I was getting 3 workouts every week, and I noticed that as soon as I dropped that, I didn't gain weight, but the progress like was so slow, and so I think that's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah. So
do that.
but yeah, that's the update. What do you guys think?
I mean, you've done a really, really incredible job so far. You've already lost, like you said, 30 pounds, which is crazy to think about, because if you hold up a 25-pound weight and a 5-pound
That's
weight
heavy.
for you, I'm sure if you put those on your shoulders, you'd be like, oh my gosh. But that's literally what it was like to walk 3 months ago for you. So really impressive. I'm extremely proud of you. You've done an amazing job. And I think there's only, we can only go, I guess, down from here, right? Not up from here because we're losing weight. But
He was waiting.
That's
He was
right,
waiting
yeah.
to say that. But
yeah.
yeah, awesome. Let's pivot the subject here a little bit. I'm taking my wife to Hawaii. And by me, I mean my mother-in-law gave me a wedding present for our honeymoon as a trip to Hawaii. And I'm going to be doing a video idea. So tomorrow, Kelsey and I are going to be staying at the Travel Lodge downtown in
Vegas?
Vegas.
Okay.
And for those of you guys that don't know what the Travel Lodge is, it's rated like the worst hotel in Vegas. I think the rooms are like $30. And we're going to be eating probably like the worst review.
How do you get food from there? Do they have...
No, I don't think they have food there.
They don't have like
I'm
service or anything?
But I'm going to find... You know what? I should call and ask just to see.
Is this your honeymoon?
Yeah, I want this to be
yeah.
the first day of my honeymoon. So, because I want to like, for some reason, I thought it would be cool to do like 1-star honeymoon versus like 5-star honeymoon.
Yeah.
So, because we did not spend money on the accommodations in Hawaii, I took the budget that I originally set aside for my honeymoon.
For the Travel Lodge.
And I'm keeping the rest for myself.
Just put it towards the travel. Lodge.
No, I took it and I told Kelsey we could do like things like excursions or whatever. So I'm going to film all that and I'm going to post it on my channel.
That's cool. I think
Yeah.
that'll be an interesting video.
Yeah. Jack's been TikTok famous. Now, if you guys have not been keeping up with him, Jack's been getting millions of views on TikTok. How many followers do you have, Jack?
20-something thousand, 24,000,
yeah.
25,000.
Have you
I
been
could do-
recognized from your TikToks yet?
I have. Yeah. I've been recognized for my TikToks.
What do they say?
Like it'll happen. Like it's only happened twice. And both times they were like, "Did you go to college?" Which is just like, and it's.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
You dropped out of college.
I know I dropped out of college, but the thing is, like, I asked people if they went to college. But I've been posting stuff on TikTok. People have been really liking it. It's kind of fun for me, and I really like to escape my comfort zone and approach random people because I definitely am not good at doing that at all. So, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone, escaping the comfort zone and also growing a social presence on TikTok. I feel like, why not?
You posting every day? Almost.
Sometimes. Like, I go through phases where I'll post every single day, and usually that's after I go out and film for a day, so I'll have a bunch of content. And then once the content starts to dry up, then I kind of like once every 2 days, once every 3 days. I haven't posted in probably like 3 days right now. I just have to go out and film more. But it's really cool. Like, I've kind of found a way to, like, a process to go viral on TikTok over and over again. And I'm starting to like catch up on a bunch of different
I don't know, man. I
strategies.
see the views declining.
It's
Yes.
a trend.
No,
it's
I
a
have-
trend from what do you do for a living? You know, Daniel.
But then you got to
Mack
find the
and-
next thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have theories on why the views have been declining, but still I'm extremely
What are your
grateful
theories?
why the views are declining.
Yeah.
Because I'm spending significantly less time on it. Like,
Oh,
I'm
so
not-
you've seen a correlation
so
between
in
the effort that you've put in to the views.
and also the pickiness that I have with the type of videos that I post. I still know what's going to do well, but the thing is, in the beginning, I didn't uphold myself like, oh, I have to post once every single day. Whereas, like, you know, in the beginning, so I'd post maybe once every 3 days, but I'd spend so much time on a specific video, and I'd be extremely picky on which interactions I post on my TikTok, and those would consistently go viral every single time. Whereas now I'm just like, oh, I'll just post whatever. And I think that as a growing TikTok creator, it's probably more important to have quantity over quality, to be completely honest, just so you can like get extremely familiar with the algorithm, how to post, all of the little tips.
It's
and
crazy. It
tricks
doesn't
and-
matter how much you post on TikTok. Like you could post 20 videos in an hour,
Yeah.
and TikTok knows like which videos are going to do well, and it'd be like just promote that one.
I don't know. I'm afraid of the TikTok algorithm because I know so many people on TikTok with like millions of followers from before like the big algorithm update, and now they're getting just a couple thousand views on their
Everyone
video.
is doing it.
Like, yeah, but like,
So much competition
Yeah.
on TikTok.
yeah, but like to be in my head, I get like hundreds of thousands, but in my head to find somebody who has like 2-3 million followers and now their videos, like, there's this kid on TikTok that he used to pop up on my For You page.
The Corn Kid. Okay.
World of T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
His content is funny. And
Well, people got sick of it. It's the exact same stuff.
people got sick of it, yes. But even if you did the same thing over and over on YouTube, I feel like the ratios would still be much higher. That's just
Maybe
me.
because they have more of a
No, yeah.
connection with you,
Yeah.
but still, he was posting the same type of content over
I mean,
and
he
over
still
again.
does.
Yeah, he still does it. He's not learning his lesson. It's like you kind of got to adapt and evolve with the algorithm and with the times.
It does seem like TikTok goes through these phases where it's like a few months, it'll be one thing, and then after a few months, it'll be something else. Right now, it's street interviews. They're doing really, really, really well. But that used to be the case too.
On
2015
YouTube, too. Yeah.
15, 16 YouTube used to be those. Jack Manley
Yeah.
was like capitalized on that so well. and then it just kind of went away, and now it's coming back again through TikTok.
So you're saying Jack should just take the next trend that followed street interviews on YouTube and just do it on TikTok?
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, I'm thoroughly enjoying the street interviews. So I wouldn't honestly really want to gamify it and like I could adapt and evolve with the algorithm, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing currently. And I think I can do it in a way that probably will not necessarily lose relevancy because I think street interviews will always be popular.
You can adapt the questions.
Exactly. You can adapt the questions with the time. You can add little tricks and gimmicks and stuff like that to hopefully, spur interest, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. See.
Well, I saw that you also were, I don't want to say picking up chicks, but you were asking girls if they would date you.
Yeah.
So how's the love life, man?
I deleted all my dating apps, first of all.
No.
I deleted every single one of them. Yeah, except Tinder. I haven't deleted Tinder yet.
Well, that's like the main one.
That's the
Well,
main
that
one,
I'm not going on it. I'm not swiping. I'm not messaging people.
You still have Tinder Platinum?
Yes. But that's because I paid for it in a 6-month period. So it's not going to expire until December.
Okay,
but
you should get a refund on the difference.
on the 2 days,
Yeah.
nah, that's fine.
So,
They can have my money.
so why did you uninstall your dating apps?
So the reason why I deleted them all, and let me say, I'm going to delete Tinder once this girl gets back to me. The issue was I messaged this girl and she was like getting back to me like a lot. And then I said, hey, I'm deleting my apps. Here's my phone number. And she hasn't texted me yet. So I'm waiting to make sure she texts me before I delete my
That would be a good closer to get a number and then just keep it open afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm about to delete it. Give me your number.
Yeah.
And then just never delete it.
I mean, it's a unique strategy. It's a little bit
high risk, high reward.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't know if I like
maybe starting a relationship on that note, maybe that isn't the best idea.
I'm about to leave. So,
But I mean, it is good because I don't think girls necessarily like guys that are on dating apps, just period. I think it's probably a more unattractive trait than it is attractive one. But yeah, I deleted all of them. So, well,
But
except
yeah,
Tinder.
so you just think it's
I thought
not
it
for
wasn't
you?
really serving me in my life.
sure.
I thought it was more of a negative than a positive. At a certain time, it was more of a positive than a negative. Back when I was actually like utilizing them, I kind of slowed down where I wasn't really spending much time on them. I would swipe just for the gratification of swiping and getting matches, but I wouldn't follow through with actually messaging and trying to set up dates and stuff like that. And it was A, wasting my time, even though I wasn't spending much time on it. And B, is just like mental, thought process that I didn't necessarily need to have.
Have you thought about just outsourcing your Tinder?
No, I would.
I thought you did that, Jack.
No, I was thinking about doing it.
I
but
know. I thought
settled
you
on
had.
not
I
doing
think I had JJ do some swiping for you.
No.
Or
I mean,
not
I
that-
definitely.
not that you
I
could
asked
admit.
JJ
Okay.
for advice sometimes on my messages, but I definitely don't have.
I think
anyone's
we
right
all
for me.
contributed to some of those messages.
Oh,
that you
easy.
sent.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a group effort. We'd sit there at the table, like 5 of us, be like, all right, we're going to craft this message, say
Oh, no,
this.
don't use that word.
What?
Graham thinks he's
No,
smooth.
no.
Craft?
No, I'm saying like we'd be like, no, don't use that word in the message.
Oh yeah.
Like, add this emoji.
And it's
Jack
funny because
uses
Graham
smiley
thinks he's so
faces.
smooth. He really thinks he's smooth with the
Because
messages.
Jack
but it's
uses, Jack uses so many emojis and smiley faces.
I'm an
That's the
expressive
lingo
person.
nowadays,
No, it's
man.
not the
Yeah, it
lingo.
is.
Like,
Yes, it is.
20
Here's the
emojis
thing,
in like a
if
little
you don't
sentence.
put like
No,
emojis,
20 emojis in a little sentence. Yeah, that's
If
a little
you-
much.
like multiple
But the
back
thing
to
is, if you're
back.
trying to convey how you're feeling in a message,
You don't
nothing
mean
better than an
to.
emoji. And I think what a girl likes is the fact that you don't care and you're fine throwing the emojis out there. You're fine using exclamation points. You're fine showing interest. Although Graham thinks it's more of a game. So
I have to say, don't use emojis or backward smiley faces. Simple.
backwards smile.
backwards
Yes.
smiley.
Jack does the parentheses.
Oh yeah,
thing
no,
first.
it's colon
backwards.
parentheses, Jack.
Yes,
100%.
always.
I agree with that.
Okay, well, I was initially like that. I was initially a colon parentheses person, but then I was critiqued by it and made fun of it.
Who?
By it. It was a long, I don't even remember who it was, but it was back in like middle school. Someone's like, oh, you write your smiley
They were
faces like that?
sarcastic. They're messy.
No,
with
they
you,
weren't.
Jack.
No, they weren't because they would send them the other way to me. And ever since then, ever since I was made fun of
What
it,
if they were wrong? You were right the entire time, and you doubted yourself.
Now, man.
Look at me now.
Man. Deleting all the apps
Yeah.
didn't work.
So that's it. Deleted the apps. I
Smart.
want to, if I end up, eventually meeting a girl, I want to ideally approach them in person. I don't think there's anything wrong in, with dating apps, and I will maintain that. But I'd love to meet him in person. But now we're going to talk about what it's really like to meet Mr. Beast in person. What his warehouse is like, his offices. Dave Ramsey and Darman, their headquarters, honestly, might be more impressive.
Yeah, I got to say, we first went to MrBeast's headquarters. He's so nice, by the way. It was amazing because we flew in. We stayed at this hotel that was way too expensive. It was like $250 a night. Overpriced. But anyway, we get there.
$250 a night, like for a last minute trip. I don't think that's that bad.
Was the last minute?
Yeah.
It was a little bit last minute.
Yeah,
for me.
I wouldn't say.
it was
Yeah.
I wouldn't
But
say
still,
that's
it was like a
crazy.
Motel 6 or something like that.
Okay,
you
for a
know?
Motel 6.
Yeah,
that's
it was not like
expensive.
a Ritz Carlton by any means.
Okay.
It wasn't a Motel 6. It was a Marriott.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
But it was
Grant.
like the Marriott Garden.
You can't say you
No,
can't compare
that doesn't
a
matter. You
Motel
can't
6
compare a
to
Motel 6.
Marriott,
It doesn't matter
Graham.
if it's like a.
It was a
I
fine
don't
experience.
know. But anyway, we show up there. It's incredible because we showed up to his whole warehouse, and I'm like, this is a YouTuber is working here. Like,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You wouldn't expect it from someone who makes YouTube videos. Like, it's so massive. The amount of land that he has and building space that he has in this new warehouse is enormous.
Were his buildings like branded at all or no?
No.
Also, one thing you forgot to mention is the morning when we woke up, the first day we were going to go visit the headquarters, he actually sent someone, like a driver, to come pick us up.
What?
So we had our own driver that picked us up in a Mercedes, drove us to the headquarters, and while we were on our way there, it was just like tons of plains and field, and there was a house that was just sliced in half, sitting in the middle of like a grassy field, a massive grassy field. And we're like, that has to be MrBeast's project, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's a project we're working on right now. Video's up right now. And then we pull up to the headquarters, and it's just a massive, what was it, like 500,000 square feet of warehouse?
No, I don't think.
No, that was Dave
much.
Ramsey. Dave Ramsey was 500,000.
Yeah. I don't know how big his was. It was big though.
It was massive.
It was massive.
yeah.
Is this the one where he filmed the interview with Colin and Samir, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is all that space even being utilized at?
All of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's incredible. But when you walk into the warehouse, you have office space, and then you walk further beyond, and it's just like a big open space with different sets. And there are multiple different sets, and there's like 50 people working. Just they're all doing something. They're all there. And what I found remarkable is that we're talking about like where to set up and stuff. And they said, how's this chair? How's this? How's this? All right, perfect. Well, we'll have that all set up for you. And then like 20 minutes later, it's set up.
They had like 6 production assistants that were working basically the entire time, just making sure
Basically
we have a great
for you.
experience. Yeah. Like they let us use their SD cards. They let us like use their camera equipment. They were maintaining everything.
You know what's funny? When you guys came back, Graham's like, "Oh, yep, got the footage right here," and he has like a little envelope with like all the SD cards,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "That's funny that he just gives you the SD cards," because like on our neck of the woods, if you come like film with us, we'll be like, "Oh, by the way, bring your SD card," or we'll be like, "Oh wait, let's transfer the footage because you can't take our SD card because we only have like."
We only have a few of them.
Yeah, Lexar finally sent us some. Shout out to Lexar, the official card sponsor. They finally sent us some, but for so long, Graham was using like this broken SD card. This one, he has one, and it's broken.
And I'm like, Alex, I need that back.
He's like, he's like,
transfer.
transfer the footage. I need it back. Meanwhile, you guys are over at MrBeast's complex, living it up, and they just give you SD cards.
Yeah.
So, walk me through it because I was shocked. He lives in his studio. Did I hear that right in the
Yeah, so
interview?
he has a room in his massive warehouse, which also has a kitchen, like a community kitchen where you can just walk in, grab snacks for free.
Yeah.
We ate for free coffee. There was a massive like industrial grade refrigerator that was just stocked.
Oh
with,
yeah, it's
like,
always stocked.
bunch of different beverages. It was incredible.
Any drink you could want was in that fridge.
Did they have Feastables, MrBeast bars?
I don't.
No, they
know
had
if did.
tons of Prime.
Oh,
though.
they had a ton of Prime.
Yeah, they were stocked with
every
Prime.
flavor of Prime. I think they even had like a new flavor. I'm like, I didn't even know that was out.
Oh, is it the Metamoon flavor?
I don't know what it
Okay,
was. It was
fair.
it was just some like really colorful flavor. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's nuts.
It was great.
But
Yeah.
it is insane. I would never leave the warehouse.
well,
I would
I
always
think
be
he
there.
designed it that way so he didn't have to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
So, do you think now? I was hearing also that he said in an interview, I think in your interview or maybe a bunch of other interviews, that for him he just works till he's burnt out. Is that similar to you, Graham? Because that sounded kind of familiar.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like it.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. Whoa, man! Why are you getting
Yeah.
so
There's
defensive?
nothing
I
wrong with
never,
that.
I
There's nothing
never
wrong
said
with
there
that,
was
Alex.
anything wrong with
No,
that. I
no,
just
no, I
said,
agreed.
I just
Yeah.
said those words really sounded familiar, and I was like,
Yeah.
is that similar? Something that you do?
I guess so, kind of.
I think it's a
Yeah,
little different.
you think so?
Yeah, I think MrBeast's intensity of working is jacked up a little bit, and his intensity of taking breaks is also jacked up a little bit. Like he'll just take an entire day hiatus where he just sits in his room and watches anime for like 24 hours straight, he said, and then he'll just get right back into working. But Graham's a little bit more balanced with it.
Yeah. I don't think I could take a full day off, but I could do a half day. But I won't work as much as he does during the days that he's on. Usually I'll try to cut it off. You know,
But it's still pretty late.
Yeah.
it depends on the day. But yeah,
Sure.
he will outwork me.
So,
Absolutely.
How did you land this interview? And like, how do you convince Mr. Beast to sit down with you?
Yeah, so I had a meeting with David and Ezra from Night Media, who work with Mr. Beast, and I was like, yeah, we had a lunch together, and I mentioned that I wanted to do these interviews, and he said, "Oh, you should reach out to Mr. Beast." And I said,
Just like
"No." He's like,
directly?
yeah, and he said, "I'm pretty sure if you ask him, he'll say yes." And I was honestly like, I felt like I didn't want to bother him, or like, why would he want to do it for me? Like,
As
all
an
these
as an
things.
example, you
Yeah.
have a lot of people's contacts,
Yeah.
and when I see them on Instagram and I see they're in Vegas, I always tell Graham, "Oh, this person's in Vegas," and Graham's like, "I don't want to, I don't want to bother them." And I'm like, "No, I
Some of the time I do reach out. I do.
no.
reach out,
Sometimes
but
you
yeah.
do, but I'm just saying he's very. If he reached out every time that like we sent him things, he'd be reaching out like all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But so you were just weary of reaching out to him because you didn't want to waste his time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I didn't want to ask for something if I felt like it was a overreach or like,
Gotcha.
you know, just I wanted to be respectful of him and his time. And but anyway, he said if you ask, he'll say yes. And so I got home and I just sent a message, and pretty quickly afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, I'm down. Coordinate with my manager, and if he could find a time, I'm in." And so then the rest of the 2 weeks, I think it took like 2 weeks to set up with his manager because his schedule is so sporadic. Like he doesn't know what's like every day there's a lot of flexibility, and he's so busy that he can't guarantee that I'm going to be free at this time. And so we got a small window where he's like, "Okay, we're pretty sure we could do this day or this day." And then as it got closer, he says, "All right, we could do this day, but we're not exactly sure what time we could film. It'll be sometime that day." So we got there at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
To
Set
the
up,
compound?
yeah, to him.
All right.
And we set up all day, just expecting that whenever he's free and we could do this. And I think we started filming around 6 p.m. So we were there all day, but I had so much fun just being there during the day and getting to talk to his team, because everyone is like an A player. Like everyone is the best at what they do. He doesn't hire anybody who's just like average. Everyone is so expert in everything that they do. And so just meeting his team is super cool. And then he came in, we started filming. Such a nice guy, very laid back. You know, and I was very conscious too of his time because I think he still is working out every single day. And so he said that he has to play soccer and work out afterwards. And I was just really respectful of, like, I didn't want to go over, but he was cool with it. He was like, no, we could keep going. We just kept going. It was amazing. And we were there, I think, till like midnight or something like that.
No, we weren't there till midnight. We were there until like 10. And
No,
then we
but
played,
then-
and then we
yeah,
played
the
soccer,
soccer.
and
Yeah.
then we came back.
Yeah.
So you were basically with him till midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, really nice guy. Overall, fantastic experience. Thumbs up. Would recommend.
Yeah.
So what's the dirt, guys? Did
The
the
dirt?
employees truly look like they were happy?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
I
Oh
figured.
God, yeah,
Easy.
and there, I don't know how the hours work, but you see some people who are just working really late, and then when we got in really early, I mean, people are just like walking in. It seems like they're just working their own hours, but they work a lot of hours because they really enjoy it. Like everybody is thoroughly just invested.
They seem
in what
inspired,
Yeah.
and that they agree with the mission that MrBeast has, which is to become as big as possible on YouTube and make the best videos possible. It was really incredible.
Yeah.
To see.
Everyone's really young too. Like I would say, I don't know. I'm just guessing. Probably 18, 25. is
He has
the
older
majority of the
employees.
team.
But
Oh yeah.
a majority of them are younger. Yeah.
But like go-getters, like really motivated young people who are just experts.
So does he have like in-house people that build these sets? Like
Yeah.
he must, right?
No, those are contractors
Oh,
actually.
he does. Okay.
Yeah. So the people that build the sets, that's all just like woodworkers and stuff that are on contract. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then Dave Ramsey,
Oh,
which we did
man.
like a week or two, 2 weeks later or something
Yeah.
like
So
that.
we left Mr. Beast and we're like, this can't get any better. This is
I was
insane.
visiting my family during that time. I did
Yeah.
not go to this, but
Yeah.
yeah, tell me how
But yeah,
that went.
Dave Ramsey, we pull up and we see like office building after office building after like huge places, and it's all owned by Dave Ramsey.
He had
outright in
500,000
cash.
square feet.
Yeah.
All right. So again, my first question is, how the heck did we land Dave Ramsey? Because I know a little bit of the story, and I know that was like kind of just things lined up. How did you get in contact with Dave and his team? And how the heck did you? He doesn't do collabs with anybody.
No,
So
he's
how
so
did you
fortunate.
convince him?
Yeah, so it was George Camel, who works with Dave Ramsey. He's one of the personalities. And he reacted to a video that I posted. I think it was an old TikTok or something like that that I had posted. He reacted to it and said that even though we disagree with debt, we're on the same page about saving money, living below our means, all of that. And then I posted a response video. We started talking on Instagram. And then he said, hey, you know, we're going to be in Las Vegas speaking. If you guys want to show up, I'll get you 3 tickets. You know,
It was like the Peace Universe, financial Peace. Yeah.
Yeah. So we show up there, and I'm surprised, just like, you know, how nice everybody was there. We just sit in, and it's this huge space. I don't know, maybe 5,000 people could have sat in this place. And we sit down, we watch Dave speak, and Dave was a great speaker. And afterwards, I go and talk to George. I take a picture with him, and he mentions, like, you know, maybe we could get you to Tennessee if you want to come, and we could see what we could do. And we just kept in touch. And sure enough, the timing worked out. We flew down there. But it was through George. We were able to make that happen. Yeah.
And Dave's place was on, honestly, a whole nother level.
Yes. Like, there's
Wait, so you're saying that Dave Ramsey's place was on a different level than Mr.
It was
Beast?
more impressive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. By
significantly.
By tenfold.
Yeah.
Why?
It
what
was like
what set it apart?
It was like a hospital. Like, it was so
Bigger.
clean.
Yeah.
It was massive. There was like a huge open floor plan with an indoor auditorium that just opened up into like countless rooms.
There's like
and
restaurants
and
inside.
Yeah,
this building.
they have. It's what's really interesting that I had no idea is that if you're a fan of the Dave Ramsey Show, you could just show up and walk into his headquarters, and you can. They have this. So where they film the Dave Ramsey Show, there's a massive glass wall, and you can sit outside of the recording studio and just watch as a fan. And they play it on this TV, and you can also watch through this screen.
As they're
just watch
filming
it
it?
happen live. What?
As they're filming it.
Yeah. And then Dave Ramsey, after he finishes whatever segment, maybe the debt-free scream or something like that, he'll always walk out, shake everyone's hand, take photos, talk with people,
No
and then he just
way.
walks right back in, and then everyone just watches him through this big glass screen. And there weren't even that many people there, maybe 25.
Yeah, if that. They're all young families, a lot of kids, but they just sit there and watch. I thought it was amazing. But his team also is so just, they're good. They're all, like, again, A players. Everyone that works there is really aligned with his mission. And they're just thorough. Like, you could tell they're thorough. They're precise.
They care.
They care. No one's sloppy. And just, you could tell the cleanliness when you walk in there. Even the corridors. Like, when you go down the side staircase and stuff, that are usually kind of like, they smell like pee. His places were immaculate. Like, everything was cleaned. It was amazing.
And they also, if you go there and you want to watch the show live, everyone gets a free coffee as well.
So you're saying go there for the free coffee?
Go there for the free coffee and the entertainment. Yeah.
So how many employees does Dave?
Over 1,000. Yeah.
Right? Something like that, 1,200 full time. And that's not remote. That's in person.
So what do you think separates Dave from Mr. Beast in that terms? Do you think he's just had so much time to really, like, because my guess is, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like Dave has this more corporate structure, but still like a Google, right? It's not like a old and outdated structure. It sounds like it's more modern, but there's still structure. And it sounds like Mr. Beast, since his probably employees are much younger, they're kind of more laid back and prefer like the come in whenever you want, but get stuff done.
Dave was very structured. So I have a feeling people get there, they clock in at 8, they clock out at 5. But what was interesting too is we got picked up that morning. We show up and there's like a really nice brand new Cadillac Escalade that's there to pick us up. We get in the car and we're talking to the, what was he, head of security? Yeah. And apparently, like, he had worked his way up with Dave for over a decade. Like, he started off helping him with certain things. He worked really hard and just, like, over the years just kept, you know, one-upping the ranks. As Dave grew, this guy grew as well, and they were just side by side. The guy was so thankful for all the opportunities that Dave gave him. But he stuck with him and just along the way kept advancing. It just incredible story for him too.
Well, I'm sure they must have an entire security team because considering that you guys were saying that it's open to the public.
Yeah. You know what? Here's when you could tell there's good security is when you don't notice the security.
100%.
I guarantee we walked through probably who knows how many, like, you know, people in you know, civilian clothes and whatnot. Secretly, that's the security you want.
Well, I think if you have the other kind of security that's very notable or whatever, it draws more attention sometimes that you don't want.
Yeah. Sometimes it's to deter anything from happening because if you see someone like that, like apparently Bill Gates is always tailed by like 2 to 3 people in civilian clothes, and you have no idea there's any security. Like you wouldn't see it, but that's to draw less attention. If you see some security guards, like, what? Is that Bill Gates? You know, but it depends on the situation.
So what's up with these interviews, man? Because I've noticed that on your main channel, we're posting more interviews. We're interviewing more large creators about how they're running their operations, how they got to where they are. Are you planning on stopping the normal market update videos and that, or what's the plan?
I want to do like at least one a month because I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I've been making a list. Every time I think of someone that I'd like to have for a video, I write it down now on my phone. I have probably 20 names. Very few people get back to me, but they're big names. Like Tony Hawk was one of them. I'm like, imagine we could get Tony Hawk. Steve-O would be another one. You know what? I mean,
how do we not have Steve-O's? I feel like we know somebody who knows Steve-O.
Here's the thing. I bet I could rattle off a few of these names, and someone watching would have a connection.
Let's do it.
Do this,
you know what? They're getting a first sneak peek of who might be on these.
I don't want to tell everybody.
Okay.
But a few of them I would love. Anthony Padilla would absolutely love that. Let's see. I'll get rid of some of the big names here.
Justin Bieber's on there.
Justin Bieber's on there. Steve-O would be amazing. Gordon Ramsay would be incredible. Dave Grohl.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Fighters.
Oh,
Foo Fighters,
okay.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Trey Parker from South Park. He would be the one for me. I think from all of the names, Trey Parker for me would be the most surreal. So if anyone has a connection to Trey Parker or Matt Stone, either one of them would be fantastic. A few of them have actually got back to us. I don't want to name who, but actually we could bleep it out. I'll just get your reaction.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost broke the chair. Are we doing that?
He said yes, but just around his schedule after Thanksgiving. So I don't know when, but I don't want to jinx it. Because the thing is, with people like that, their schedule will change in a moment's notice.
Guys, that's big.
Yeah.
You know what? Go to Graham's main channel. They're probably already subscribed. They're watching the podcast. Yeah. I'm excited.
But I was shocked. I just sent the DM, and within like an hour, I got a response.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Trey Parker, Tony Hawk would be like my top tier. I would love to do that.
So if you guys have connections to them,
Steve-O too.
Message all of us. We'll look.
Johnny Knoxville as well. So if any of you watching have a direct connection and you think they're open to doing it, just reach out. You could send me a DM as well, and I'll be taking a look at those.
Send everybody a DM.
Send all of us,
it. Just get it to us.
If you have a sincere connection, DM me, Alex.
Everybody.
Jack doesn't check his DMs, but me or Alex do.
I have an interesting story. So I was coming into work here to review with Grant, and there's this truck that pulls up to the driveway, and it's this huge like freight truck. And the guy, I see him going to the door, and I'm like, oh, like, what are you delivering? He's like, I got a pallet of fitness equipment, and I'm like, Graham has a gym right down the road. Why would he order fitness equipment? And so I knock on the door, and I get Graham, and I'm like, Graham, where do you want this guy to put your fitness equipment? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, there's a pallet, an entire pallet of fitness equipment, and it weighs over like 1,000 pounds. And he's confused. And then he remembers, Liver King reached out and said if I was available today. So Liver King, who was on the podcast, who's trying to get Graham to train for like a barbarian or something, he ordered an entire pallet of fitness equipment to his house, and we had no place to put it, so it's sitting in his driveway right now.
We got to open it. I had no idea what's inside of it, so I wanted to wait for you to be here, Jack, because maybe you put some of it in the back of your car or something. We got to go through it. I have no clue what's in it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll take some weights off your chest.
We'll see. I don't know what's in
there.
there.
I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, the guy had to crate it in. It's on a crate.
On a pallet,
It's on a pallet.
Yeah, I had to arrange for the shipping. They contacted me. I got a call. And they were like, hey, this is, where do you live? Or do you confirm this shipping address? And I was like, for what? And they're like, oh, it's the weights. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I remember Liver King said he would send us some. And I was like, holy cow. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Send it to the address. And I confirm it.
We'll put it here what it is, but we'll go through and I have no clue.
I have no clue what to expect.
So on the topic of Liver King, gotta say, I still am shook he gave me this watch, and he gave Graham an amazing necklace, and it's so surreal. I had
Not
never.
a necklace.
What is it called?
Chain.
A chain. I have never
Necklace,
received a
Jack.
gift as generous as the watch that he gave me, and I don't think you've received a gift as generous as the chain he gave you, right?
In
That
terms
was
of a
like-
dollar amount, Grant Navarre gave me the Rolex Datejust though. the
True.
Blue dial. That
Yes.
was a substantial gift. I do wear that often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just the sheer generosity of Liver King is unparalleled. And on top of that, he wants us to go fly to his house in Texas where we can do a barbarian with him.
He
And
said he wants us to like live like he does for like a couple days.
I think that would be so fun.
Crazy.
I would love to make a video.
But I
around
think
that.
I think Graham has to get really ahead. But I think
It would
think
be a
that-
weekend, so we'd
Yeah,
fly in on
yeah.
a Friday, leave on a Sunday.
I think that would be cool, and I would probably lose.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. But I'm excited because a barbarian sounds incredibly difficult. I honestly do not think I could do it in my current shape. It's 70-pound kettlebells in each hand. I think a 120-pound backpack, 20-pound ankle weights on each ankle, and you're dragging a 120 or so pound sled. You have to walk a mile. So even just like the kettlebells in each hand, 70
Yeah.
pounds, just sounds like extremely challenging.
But now
let
here's
alone
what
all
I'm
the other
curious about. Do they adjust for your weight? Because you weigh more than I do, and the percentage of me carrying 70-pound kettlebells is significantly more than you doing it.
I don't think they adjust for the weight.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which I
I
agree.
feel
I
like
mean,
it
the same
should-
goes for me and Liver King. It's
I
like
mean-
Liver King has an incredible, weight
Yeah,
advantage.
but I feel like it should be like between a height and weight perspective, that's significantly more weight than for most people.
But he also had his like 16 or 17-year-old.
yeah.
But still, that kid
Yesterday
is
I
taller
did-
than I am.
Yeah. Yesterday I did train a little bit. Not yesterday. It was probably about a few days ago. I grabbed 70-pound dumbbells and I tried walking with them. It was like starting to like pull at my skin. Granted, the weights had very like grippy grips, which kind of weren't the greatest. Kettlebells would be better, but it's still extremely challenging. Just like walking, 50 feet with 70-pound kettle or dumbbells in each hand.
I don't think
Yeah.
I could do it.
No, I'm worried about adjusting for weight though. That's all. Because you wouldn't put someone who's like 90 pounds, let's just say, they wouldn't do this at those weights. So where's the cutoff between like, hey, we should adjust down a little bit? I think it should be based on a percentage.
Take it up with Liver King.
Yeah, I
See
mean,
what he's got to say
Yeah,
about
alright.
that.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna adjust the weight.
Yeah.
That's all I
I
got.
think we just got to train really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what's been blowing up my TikTok feed? These Try Guys. Have you heard about the Try Guys and the cheating scandal?
I heard about it.
Oh.
Jack,
Yeah, I
you,
heard
do you know about it?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay, why is it everywhere on my like? Normally we don't talk about this stuff, but why is it everywhere on my feed? And you guys think that all publicity is good?
I mean, it really depends on the kind of audience that you have and your end goal. If your end goal is to attract as much attention as possible, probably, yeah. But if your end goal is to try to gain like a network of really devoted supporters and stuff like that, probably not.
Yeah. What was the example where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? What was that on?
What do you mean?
What was that on? What was the thing called?
Emmys or
Oh, the
Oscars or
Oscars.
The Oscars.
Yeah.
The Oscars had seen declining viewership for years, and that was one of their most viewed episodes ever. Brought a lot of attention back to it, but because of a negative event. But I'm sure they could say, hey, we could turn this into a pilot. We got more eyeballs on this. The people watching the next one could be an all-time high because you're going to want to wait and see
They're going
what.
to pay off some actor
Yeah.
to slap someone else, too. It's going to happen. No, I think
I
for
don't
them,
know if
obviously,
it's a
that's a
good
good thing. But we're
attention,
talking about Will Smith. He's getting a lot of publicity from that. Probably not a very good thing.
Oh, yeah. He's ruined his image. But Chris Rock, by the way, sold
He
out
sold
of
out
this
of
next show.
readings. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like, is he going to talk about it? So, I mean, it depends. I think for this, it's probably not the attention that they want, but they could probably spin it in such a way where they make it a positive in a weird way. But people are just thirsty for stuff right now, man. It's just like they want something to latch onto, drama, and I feel like anything right now is just they want to focus on something. It just happened to be that.
Final thought, which I think is kind of an interesting topic. Graham finally listened to me, which is a good thing.
What did you say, Jack?
I said,
Did
Graham
finally
I actually get
He
you?
got you.
Did I actually get you?
Yeah, you did. You got me. Because he sent out an application to hire an assistant editor, which I think is a fantastic idea. Basically, what happened, if I'm understanding this correct, Graham posted on his story, right? He sent out an application for people for an
Yeah.
assistant editor, and he directed everyone to your inbox on Instagram. And basically, you were supposed to try to find someone to hopefully, if you were ever out, if Graham was unable to edit a video, someone that's like a second string editor.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fantastic idea. I think if any YouTuber who's making the amount of money that Graham's making with the responsibility and the output that Graham has, I think it's really important to have fail safes, especially, you know, when it's such a low cost to try to just train somebody to edit a video. I feel like that's a very reasonable and good business decision. I'm proud of Graham. I think he did the right thing there.
I agree. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. But yeah, I think having a backup is a good idea. I mean, worst case, I'm just gonna edit myself.
Right.
So, but it'll be good if Alex goes out, because every single time Alex is like, "Hey, Graham, I'm going out of town this week."
When was the last time
I don't know,
was
or
out
like
of town?
weekends or something
I
like that.
I try not to go out of town because I try to man the post, Jack.
I think there's been a few times, but we've always been able to work around it, because Alex will tell me, and then I say, okay, well, then I'll work in advance and we'll get some videos done. And
Usually it's only like one day though, like aside from weekend. Usually it'll be like a Friday or something.
I think you went to Wisconsin too, and that was a month ago.
I thought the cruise was for quite a few days.
Yeah, that's the only other time that I've taken time off.
In Wisconsin.
No,
And you went to California that 1 week.
I took one day out. These are times where we were all gone.
Trying to
You guys,
instigate some
the
sort of-
only, I will say the only time that I did leave when you guys were here was when I went on a cruise, but that was when I first got hired.
Yeah, you got hired. You started working, and then the next year you're like, all right, guys, going on a cruise.
The next year?
No, it was like
Next
literally.
few weeks.
No, it was literally like I think like
Yeah.
4 months after. I think I was like I think I got hired or something.
But anyways, I think it's a good idea. You're
Yeah.
hiring a second editor. You know, there's a word for this, but you know, outsource is it's a great thing. I'm in full support of it. It was funny. I was at an event or a conference, I guess, whatever, convention a couple weeks ago, Vid Summit. And a lot of people came up to me and they said some of their favorite discussions. I know you guys may be extremely sick of it.
Oh, gosh.
Are the
everyone's
outsourcing versus
sick of
not
it, yeah.
outsourcing stuff. And I just thought that was really funny to hear, because my idea on it was everyone was super sick of it. I'm not going to continually bring it up because I understand, you know, don't beat a dead horse. But it was just interesting to hear that was some people's favorite segments. They looked forward to them.
Graham is
keep
still
watching,
like
yeah.
holding his ground though, because
Yeah.
when I got the submissions back for the 80% of them, 90% of them, one were remote. I did mention to Graham, I was like, you know, Graham, for like a backup editor, it'll be fine. But Graham's like, no.
We got a tight operation. We keep it that way. And Alex has been doing fantastic with title thumbnails too.
Oh, I gotta say, I've been getting better.
Yeah, we brainstorm for a good 30 minutes, 60 minutes every video. And usually between the both of us, we'll bounce ideas back and forth. And Alex is, really picking up.
It took a while.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this midweek episode. It's been an amazing conversation with two very close friends of mine, Alex and Graham, here on the Jack Selby Show. By the way, guys,
what
also,
shirt are you wearing?
This shirt, you may have noticed I look extremely overdressed.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm not. This is as comfortable as maybe a pajama top, but it looks extremely nice. I would wear this A, on a date, B, a business meeting, C, if I was going for a jog in the park, or D, sleeping as well.
It's waterproof. No, I'm kidding.
You could have done that. I would
No.
have done nothing. It's
No,
not
no,
waterproof,
no.
but it
It's not
naturally
waterproof.
gets out wrinkles
Yeah.
if you're walking around in it because of some crazy material it's made out of. Literally, I'm not even using hyperbole when I'm saying this, the comfiest shirt I've ever worn in my entire life. Roan. They sponsored the last podcast episode, and I just want to say, because I've been like continually wearing their shirts that they sent us since the last podcast episode, and I've been loving them. In fact, I went out with my housemates last night, and like 4 of us wore Roan shirts. So I'm not even kidding. I'll throw up a photo right now. We went to Tony's Mexican Food.
That's absolutely crazy, because like I've been using Lexar cards.
Okay,
like,
so
for
with
the
that said, you
longest
guys,
time.
thank you so
It's
much.
funny
And
too, because I've
by
been
the
using
way-
public.com/Graham.
By the way,
where you
guys,
can get all the way to $10,000.
if you want to check out Roan for yourself, there's a link down below in the description. You can get probably some sort of discount with our code. So thank you, Roan. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone,
guys.
for watching. See you guys next time.
Till next time. Let's see what's in that Liver King thing.